And there's some research out there that I was looking at that beauty should be part of our wellness menu, right? If you will. We always talk about working out, eating right, but like taking care of yourself and, it's not about vanity. When you think about
Mhm.
people are like, I need my nails done, I need my hair done, I need my eyebrows done. Like
Yeah.
we are actually supporting better cortisol levels. We talk a lot about that in a lot of our episodes because cortisol, if you're familiar with that, it's a hormone that really drives, inflammation in the body. So
Yes.
they've actually done studies where taking care of yourself from the outside, like making yourself look good, like with eyebrows and making yourself feel younger and little things like this will actually reduce your cortisol levels.
Embark on a journey to defy time with LMAO, Laughing My Age Off podcast. I'm your host, Erica Kelly, and I started this show because, like you, I'm curious about the secrets to staying youthful as the years go by. Join me as we discover the secrets to slowing down the aging process, exploring expert insights, cutting-edge research, and personal experiences that uncover the art of aging gracefully. It's time to laugh, learn, and embrace a life full of vitality together.
Welcome back to the Laughing My Age Off podcast. I'm so excited about today's show because we have someone whose artistry, yes, artistry, has literally changed the way I feel about my face and aging. And Eva here is the founder of The Natural Look by Eva, is a licensed esthetician and a world-class microblading artist whose passion is helping women and men feel empowered and naturally beautiful as they age. She's born and raised in the Czech Republic, and she's brought her European style and deep attention to detail to her work here in the United States for over 25 years. Her training comes from the very best, and you'll have to forgive my pronunciation, Eva, if I'm mispronouncing these, but P. Eyebrows, Claire Rosenberg, Lucia Penn, Mary Richardson, and Taryn Darling. These are all really reputable eyebrow training facilities, state of the art. And as one of her clients, I can personally attest that Eva doesn't just give you great eyebrows, she gives you great confidence. Her approach is far from cookie cutter. She really takes the time to study your features on your face, understand your personality, and create a look that really enhances your natural beauty. And what makes her work so powerful in the context of aging well is because when you look more like yourself, you just feel refreshed, you feel radiant, and you feel younger too. So, in today's broadcast, we're going to be talking to Eva about her work and how she's changing lives one eyebrow and scalp pigmentation at a time. Welcome, Eva.
Hello, guys. I'm happy to be here today, and I'm happy to talk to Erika about my experience and how I was able to change people's life with eyebrows and so I scalp micropigmentations as well.
Yeah, so just take a step back. I've known Eva, when did we first meet? Probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yes, for sure. Probably 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So
So I
I,
came to Eva, I found Eva through probably, I don't know, I just started, yeah, late 30s probably, because I'm in my mid 40s, let's just put it that way. And I noticed like my eyebrows, eyebrows, and if you're listening to this, ladies or gentlemen, you start to notice things as you age, right? And eyebrows are one of the first things you see in the morning, right? They're right at your eyeball levels. It's something that, you know, y- as you age, you kind of have to continue to touch up, and who has time for that? And so I was at that point in my life where I was like, I don't even know how to do stuff like that, right? Like I don't have 25 years of experience as like Eva. And if you're listening to this and you're like, take a look at your eyebrows. Notice like your eyebrows give you a lot of expression in your face. And, I was kind of like noticing how it was making me look older. And so I found Eva's services. I don't know. I think I just did a Google search and you had great Google ad,
I'm going.
optimization.
Like I'm vertical.
Yeah. So just, I called her up. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just know what I wanted. And, she made me feel really comfortable. I think, Eva, you underestimate how well you make people feel. Because it's one of those things where some people, and we'll get into like microblading, what is it? And the micropigmentation for
Yeah.
scalps.
Mhm.
It kind of sounds scary, right? Anyway, so I loved it, my first time. And we'll get into some of the experiences that I had. And of course, Eva, I'm sure you have a million stories. And if you are on Instagram, please check her out too, because she's got a lot of before and after testimonials that will make you feel more comfortable. Can we just break this down? Let's talk about microblading in general. What is it for the person who's listening? Like, I don't even know what that is, you know?
So actually, microblading, it's enhancement of your natural eyebrows. A lot of people thinking that I'm going to shave the eyebrows. No, actually, it is natural enhancement. So I'm making your natural eyebrows better with a little bit hair stroke technique, which is actually, it's underneath a cosmetic tattoo. So I'm creating hair stroke technique and making your eyebrows better. For people, when they don't have any eyebrows, they think like, oh, maybe I'm not candidate. No, everybody's candidate. We can make everybody's eyebrows very beautiful with natural technique, and it actually is very, very soft technique and
Yeah.
looks very natural.
Yeah, let's pause it for a second because you mentioned something super important. And I didn't realize you were doing this too. You specialize in a lot of niche areas too, not just making, eyebrows look fuller, with people who have hair, but people who don't have hair.
Exactly.
That's a
Yeah.
huge thing for people. I would be like a little sad without any hair, you know?
Yeah, actually, I do have a lot of clients who come to me. It can be any age. I have from girls from 20 years to actually, it's funny, until 85, even 90 years old ladies. Everybody wants to feel confidence. And eyebrows, it does give you a frame to your face. People don't realize. And a lot of my clients, when they come to me and they're just like, gosh, Eva, you look like you give me a mini lift. Eyebrows in general does give you lift. And the softness and the makeup, you look refreshed.
And you save time in the morning too. I
Oh,
love that,
big,
you can
big
just wake
time.
up and you look like a princess.
Older ladies, absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of older ladies, they have like a shaking hands, not stable, and it's harder for a lot of people to create a nice shape. So I am specializing in this, but I just don't do microblading. I also specializing on different techniques, eyebrows. I call them combo brows, which is a shading and microblading. Great for also any type of skin, especially somebody who sweat a lot, who had hot flash, and it definitely gives the frame to the eye and little lift. I love it. I'm obsessed with that. And every time when I go, I actually looking people eyebrows now.
That's all you see.
All I
Like,
see. And
that's
people
funny.
come to my practice and they cry because it's very emotional. They scare, to come because they feel like, I don't want to look like a mad retrograde.
Oh, like, yeah, we've seen horror stories.
Yeah.
Ev and I worked together a little bit on social media. So there's some like after photos we've seen of people who are not really specialized and studied as long as Eva has. And yeah, those can be scary looking. What was that one video? I'm trying to remember. Like the Angry Birds. The
Big.
Angry Birds.
Yeah, that was a good video.
Yeah, Angry Birds. Yeah. So yeah, I can see that. It is, I think I did have a little bit of fear of that. It's one of those things where, oh my God, what if I mess up my eyebrows, So you just need to make sure you can trust somebody. And of course,
Yeah.
you're someone that I trusted immediately. Let's pivot into some of the scalp micropigmentation, because that's something you started because you're such a passionate stylist in this area that you wanted to even like expand it into the hairline, right?
Yeah.
Speak to that a little bit.
Help people to feel better. And actually, I not too long ago, I started, I have a lot of training behind me, traveled to New York to train here in Chicago, in Europe. And actually, I'm traveling to Warsaw in July.
To do more scalp training?
To do more training, scalp and competition, actually. So I'm very excited
Wow.
about that in July in Warsaw. But I've been practicing and I'm helping female and males, people who losing hair, for female with density and for male with a nice natural hairline. So it is, again, great for any type of person who struggle with hair loss.
And now for a commercial break. Sitting for hours at my corporate job really wrecked my posture and left me with constant lower back pain. I didn't understand it. I was in my mid-30s. Was this a life sentence? I just felt so stuck. I didn't know what to do. Until I discovered mat-based Pilates. The movement, the core work, it really transformed my body and most importantly, relieved my lower back pain. And that's why I became a certified instructor, to help others break free from that same cycle. So if you're struggling with lower back pain, I get it. But it's not a life sentence.
Join me for your first free mat-based Pilates class from your very own home on Zoom. This is a workout designed to restore your balance and strength. And again, your first class is free. They're live every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the show notes. We'll see you there. And now back to our show.
Talk about in general, like how long. I think that's one of the benefits too that people don't realize is that this is something that can change your look and in a small amount of time,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So talk to
What
that a little bit. How long does it take?
It's actually uninvasive. It's uninvasive. You have results right away comparing to different other techniques, like a lot of people traveling and doing the surgeries for hair loss. You do have results right away. It looks very nice. So
Yeah, it's like a few hours. I mean, at least let's talk about the brows. The brows are a little, right? Is it
brows, it's around 2.5 hours.
right?
With the scalp around, depending on how much hair loss it is. It could be between 2 hours to 4 hours, 5. It all depends of the customer, how much
Yeah.
hair they have.
We talked about the confidence and what this builds. Again, this podcast is to slow down the aging process and really age gracefully. And there is some research out there that I was looking at that beauty should be part of our wellness menu, right? If you will. We always talk about working out, eating right, but like taking care of yourself and, it's not about vanity. When you think about
Mhm.
people are like, I need my nails done, I need my hair done, I need my eyebrows done. Like
Yeah.
we are actually supporting better cortisol levels. We talk a lot about that in a lot of our episodes because cortisol, if you're familiar with that, it's a hormone that really drives, inflammation in the body.
Yes.
So they've actually done studies where taking care of yourself from the outside, like making yourself look good, like with eyebrows and making yourself feel younger and little things like this will actually reduce your cortisol levels. So I do have some studies I will link here. There's a few of them out there. So I was like, I believe that. I believe if you feel good, you look good from the inside out. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, when you wake up in the morning, first thing you see your appearance. Like from my own perspective, when I get up in the morning, I look at in the mirror right away. If I feel beautiful, I'm kind of more confident. And it's all about confidence because if you are confident in your own skin and you feel beautiful, face is the first thing you get up and you look at in the mirror.
Yeah.
So absolutely, when you nicely done, you have a beautiful eyebrows or you feel you have a fuller hair, you feel more confident, so your cortisol level is not as high.
So you've been in business for over 25 years, and what are one of the most successful stories that you could talk about of people coming into your
I
practice?
have all kind of stories from women who actually going through cancer and
Oh,
completely
yeah.
losing eyebrows, or they were diagnosed with cancer and they call me like, Eva, could you please help me before I go through chemo, because after chemo
Right.
you're losing your eyebrows. It always breaks my heart to help clients like that. But a lot of my clients, they come and when they finish and they're ready, they actually going through the treatment much easier because they don't feel they lose the eyebrows completely. They have some beautiful, eyebrows, and they
I would
have,
totally do that. Yeah. I could see that
so
being a
a lot
boost.
of my clients, going through this. Also, I do have a female with middle age struggling with thyroid. Actually, thyroid it's linked to for hair loss, so as eyebrows.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
But a lot of clients with thyroid, they losing end of the eyebrows, so they do have only the beginning, and here they're losing the eyebrows. So when they come to me, I helping people like this with to fill the eyebrows more, making more fuller as well. Work with alopecia clients, they're losing hair, so as lashes and eyebrows.
So you're changing lives. Like it's not just a beauty, it's people who are actually struggling and you're like
Yeah,
there
yes.
there for people. So that's great. So let's talk about like someone listening today, thinking about, they're looking at their eyebrows probably right now, looking at the car, maybe I should do it. What would be some things if people are kind of still nervous? What can they expect? Maybe I don't know if you're willing to share how much it costs around, if people want to start budgeting for this and like
Yes.
how they should go about making an appointment with you.
So a lot of people, they call me, and of course they're very nervous. So they just like, oh my God, how it's gonna work. I want to make sure that it's not gonna be overdue.
Right.
So first of all, I want to bring peace to people hearts and tell them I do a thrill consultation. We talk about, I'm not going to do anything what you would not like to have done.
Sure.
So I pre-draw the eyebrows so people can see how the shape. And if there is something that they don't like, what I, did, we talk about it. I would change it. I would make it work for the client. I want my clients to be happy. And
Sure.
so I do work with people. So they're going to see the shape. They're going to see the color. Usually I'm more going a little bit lighter because in the touch-up, we can always go darker if it needs to be done. And how to book with me? Just to call me. Text message is great too.
Okay.
Or contact me on social media as well. When it comes to price, I do have a different prices. I do touch-ups. I do brand new eyebrows. Call me and we can do estimate. I want to see what is going on with your eyebrows.
Okay. Sounds like it's custom pricing. And then how long does this typically last? I think,
Wow.
I've had my eyebrows done, but it's been, I needed probably a touch up, but
Yeah. How long it lasts, it's all dependent on the client, how well they maintenance.
oh,
Usually,
right.
typical is around 5 years. Some people need to come back for yearly touch-ups. Some people every year and a half to 2 years. It all dependent of the skin. It's dependent if you sweat a lot.
If you work out a lot like me.
Are you a sun person? It all dependent of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So probably around year to 2 years. If you don't ever come back, approximately 5 to 7 years, it will be completely gone.
What about the scalp micropigmentation? The
so
same?
it's actually 5 years. We don't want them to come earlier. It's like every 5 years to refresh. So usually typical, it takes 2 visits, up to 3 visits to do it.
Okay.
And after 5 years, I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing. People love it because it does give you density. You don't see the naked scalp anymore. It gives you more fullness. It's actually gonna look like you growing hair.
Nice. And then let's talk about the aftercare a little bit because I think that's important, at least for the micro brows. Pretty minimal.
It's very easy. It's just keep it moisturized, not to sweat for a couple of days. Pretty much it's an easy aftercare.
Yeah. You just give us that vitamin E, or I remember the ointment.
Yes, A&D.
Yeah. It's super simple. Anybody that's listening, if you're thinking about it, do it.
Absolutely. It's an easy service. You do it once a year, maybe every 2 years. It's not like you're doing your nails or hair. It's not as high maintenance service.
That's a good point.
If once a year, it's the most.
Yeah, I wish we could do that for hair.
I know.
She's located in Bolingbrook, Illinois, so right by the promenade, inside the promenade mall.
Very easy access to 355 highway.
Yeah.
We have a lot of parking. There is no problem with parking. And
it's a really great location, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, is there anything else you want to share with our audience, whether they're thinking about it? I think we covered everything.
Actually, it's not painful at all. People who are afraid to pain, don't be afraid. I know.
Yeah, I was.
You
I
are
didn't
not.
say that.
No. It's pleasant. I actually have people who fall asleep and they snore.
No way. Well, it's relaxing in there. It's like nice and cozy.
They fall asleep and they totally relax. And some people have been saying it's very relaxing, which is, I'm glad to hear.
Well, yeah, you're just laying there. It could put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have all your important information in the links here so everybody can reach out to you if they need to. I want to thank you. And, we'll talk to each other soon because we always talk to each other, Eva. She's one of my good friends now. So that's one thing. You'll get a great friend out of it. You're in this chair for a few hours. So just know you're going to get to
I get from my work, actually. Like when I have a client, they become my friends.
Yeah. I'm one of them. So, okay, Eva, thanks so much. Take care.
You too, Erica. Thank you.
Okay, it is joke time. And if this is your first time with us, we welcome you. And we want to let you know with every episode, we end it with a joke. Why? For 3 reasons. It's one of the best anti-aging secrets you can use to slow down the aging process. Number 1, it reduces cortisol. 2, it boosts your circulation and oxygen. And 3, it triggers those feel-good chemicals, endorphins, and dopamine. Okay, so this joke I want to preface is an old-time favorite of mine. And I still remember this day where I saw it. Yes, I saw it at a Hallmark store. I saw it looking for a card and I just loved it. Okay. Y'all know it's NASCAR season, right? The engines are revving, beer's cold, and somewhere in the South, 2 hillbillies are sitting on a porch. One of them sees a car tear down the road. Vroom. he points real slow and goes, NASCAR. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how NASCAR got its name.